Steve O.
What's the word?
Hey man, today we got a couple of topics to touch on. Last night we saw the New York Liberty win their first WNBA championship, and it led to a reunion for former head coach Teaspoon and Angel Reese. Josh Giddey might be asking for $30 million a year. What is wrong with him? And the White Sox might be looking at the first base coach for the LA Dodgers to be their new manager. We're going to talk to them and talk about all that plus more right after the intro. Good morning, Chicago sports fans. We talk about so many different things, but I guess some of y'all are basketball fans. Welcome to another episode of Chi-Town Sports Central. It's your boy, Big Kev, Big Broski in the building, and we got Steve O Speaks over there suffering through some sinus issues with these kids passing around native germs. What's the word, my guy?
I hate them. Nah, player, but I love them. But yeah, I'm gonna fight through it. But yeah, some gotta go around the league, gotta go around Chicago. Some news out here. So let's do it.
All right, we just gonna start with Angel Reese last night, linking up with former head coach Teaspoon courtside last night at an incredible overtime WNBA game in which I think the refs cheated. I'm just gonna be 100. That wasn't no
Yeah, that
foul
was not a foul.
at the end of the game, but it is what it is. Angel Reese saying that her heart is so full after linking up with Teaspoon, and she made a little bit of buzz. She went a little viral for the way her little jersey she had on, little outfit she had on. Man, it was good to see them though last night, bro.
Yeah, like I said on the lab, like she said it. Like I want to say she asked somebody because what they got, she got it from. She sent a picture out with the Kelsey brothers' mom because she does the split jerseys, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need this Sunday." It had to be like Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Got it just
Mm-hmm.
like that. But the way they did it, it was almost. I don't know if you got the detail, but it's like they made it out of vest because
Oh,
the
that's
both of the sides got pockets like vest. So it was cold. It was creative. So the fact that she got it together that fast is crazy. But like somebody, I think Tina said in the chat, what Angel gets, she gets. She what she wants, she get.
hey, and I'm not mad at it, man. She definitely making a lot of moves off the court. Now, as far as on the court is concerned, how do you think her sitting courtside, taking in the WNBA finals, seeing what it takes to win a championship? How do you think that's gonna affect her next season? Maybe spend some time with Jonquel Jones in the offseason?
I think I mean there's a lot of ways I looked at it yesterday as a Sky organization. It didn't look good on their part for her to be so close to a coach that we just fired and at a game supporting two teams, one team where we traded two players that almost just won a championship. And yeah. But in terms of that, I'm pretty sure she got a lot of people that she's cool with. On her podcast, she kind of went into it about when she came into this league, she thought everybody was gonna hate her. So everybody thought that people was gonna think that she was stuck up, that she did all this for women's basketball in college, that she was gonna come in with a certain attitude. So she said she came in the league at its most not really being herself. She was quiet. She was just sitting back trying to get a lay of the land. And she said a few months in, I realized that it was a lot of the vets really messed with her. Like Jarquell was one of them, Asia's one of them, Fisa is one of them, Stewie is one of them. And we can arguably say the people we just named top 5 in the league when it comes to that situation. So the fact that she's real good, has a good relationship with some of the best players in this league, I'm definitely sure. And we already seen I forget what magazine did she just get on with Asia. It's a big magazine. What magazine is it? The
I don't think
Wall Street?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that. Hold on a second. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, with the whole little thing going on with what the big thing with Asia, we already know it's like a big sister little sister thing between them two. She been Asia has been following her since Maryland because I believe her one of her teammates was coaching her at the time. So their relationship is strong. John Quill's relationship, like I said, Stu relationship, they all relationship is strong with her, as well as Fifi, who's going to be going with her in the tournament next year, which they're starting with her and Stewie. So yeah, like on court she has all the tools, she got all the people around her to improve her game like she wants to, because she knows that in order for her to be becoming one of the best players in this league, she's got to expound on her offensive game. And those are the players, those four players are the players that she should model herself after.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to be a good off season for her. It's probably going to be the first time in a long time. I'm not sure if she's going overseas to hoop or not, but it's going to be the
She
first
not.
time in a long time that she doesn't have to play basketball because we all know how the WNBA goes. They go straight from the college to the WNBA. There's no real layoff. It's the draft, then it's the season. So I'm excited to see how she looks starting that season. If you guys want to hear anything else about the Chicago Sky, head on over to Chicago Sky Central where Hayes and Steve O and C Dub hold it down. C Dub on the announcements.
Wall
Hayes
Street
and T.
Journal. That was the she was on the they was on the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, so moving right along too, man. We're gonna touch on the White Sox, bro. The Chicago White Sox are still in their managerial search, and it was revealed last week that they haven't nailed it down yet because some of the coaches they're looking at are still playing in the playoffs. Well, Bruce Levine, who is a baseball genius here in Chicago, works for 670 The Score now, reported that first base coach Clayton McCullough was the top target for the Chicago White Sox. First base coach for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm not mad at that at all. If you're gonna go get a coach, you might as well take him from one of the best teams in baseball. They're in the World Series now. You got the World Series between the Dodgers and the Yankees. That's what everybody wanted to see. East Coast versus West Coast. I ain't seen this much hype since Tupac and Biggie was going at it. But at the end of the day,
I'm
how
crying.
you listen? How you feel about the White Sox trying to get a coach from the Dodgers, my guy? I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, like it's kind of what I spelled on with the last person they was the coach they was looking at for the Padres. Like you want to get somebody that has a recipe and a what's the word I'm looking for? A track record of them winning. And this dude definitely has it. Let alone him being a former player. Once again, I guess we're looking at I think it's almost like for basketball with point guards they're likely to be the best coaches when it comes to player coaches. For baseball, I'm starting to realize a lot of the best coaches end up being catchers if they play. And he's
Hmm.
a former catcher. He got drafted in the '98 draft, in a 47th round. Had a solid career, and yeah, as a coach, he's been a very good coach. He's also been served as a manager for the I think it was the Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays, and he had some time in the minors as well. So it shows not only that he knows how to develop, but he has some managing experience as well. So it's not like he completely new at the position.
Now there are a couple of other names. You got uh Shoemaker, Skip Shoemaker out of the Miami
Shoemaker,
Marlins. Yeah, they released him, and he was the manager of the year in 2023. So he's available. And then you also have the
yeah,
guy we talked about the
I
other
don't like
day
Shoemaker.
from we talked about him from the Texas Rangers. What's his name?
Been
Venable.
able here,
So yeah, so you
whatever.
got
Some with a B.
it's a couple of guys that's available, man. I wouldn't mind this gentleman out of the Dodgers, but Shoemaker though, what you mean? Like why you don't like Shoemaker? He got definitely a lot of
I just don't
experience.
like. I think. I mean, he don't get me.
Uh-uh.
It's not that. It's
You don't
not.
like
It's not that he had a.
ownership.
No,
Yeah.
no. It's just that I don't like. He showed that he could develop and he could turn a team into something, but I don't really like how that the Marlins looked the last 2 years, like as a like a clubhouse. Like I don't know if he kept that clubhouse together.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
I also don't, but I also don't know if it's the personalities involved as well. So
yeah,
I
he
don't.
did lead them to the playoffs in 2023. Nobody expected that. So that did lead to a
Yeah,
manager of the year for him. But they fell apart this season. Like they didn't look good this past season. So it is what it
is
is.
it
But
injury or just weird?
It's just baseball. You know how it go, man. The Texas
Yeah,
Rangers
up and
won.
down.
Texas Rangers won the World Series last year. That this year it was like,
They're terrible.
hey.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, baseball is just one of those sports where unless you're the Yankees or the Dodgers or some of those big market teams, and then of course you got like the
Paying
St.
that money,
Louis.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like the people that spend the bread are the ones that's gonna go to the playoffs. That's just the reality of it. And Marlins
Yep.
don't really spend that type of money. They weren't even expected to make it to the playoffs that last season. So it is what it is. So if you guys want to hear anything else about the Chicago White Sox, head on over to Chicago White Sox Central, brand new page.
You gotta give
Go
me your
ahead
early prediction.
on what.
If you think they was to pick a manager right day today, which will it be? I'm thinking it
Uh
might be Shoemaker,
I was
to be
about to say
honest.
it's probably gonna be Shoemaker unless they feel like waiting this next week out because for the World Series,
Uh,
which they might, but then they might miss out on Shoemaker because other teams are looking for managers too. So,
they gonna
uh,
somebody gonna grab him.
yeah, he's available. I think I think frankly, better for the team might be Shoemaker. You might need somebody like that to come in and help these players out. But it remains to be seen, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with the White Sox, but it's so bad, bro. It's so
Nah,
bad. It's
for
putrid over there, for real. It's putrid. It's so bad that the owner had to take the eyes off of the team and put it back on himself just so they can start focusing on something
real.
else.
All right.
Grady Sizemore, though,
Don't get
also
too high.
is still in the running. Let's not forget that he did lead the White Sox to some wins to end the season. They did play a little bit better under him after they fired Grifal, who I still think Pedro should have been forced to finish the season out because there's no reason he should have got paid
Might as
uh,
well.
to sit at home. He should have went down with the ship, but it is what it is. So yeah, head on over to the brand new Chicago White Sox Central page. It's going down, man. We're gonna hold it down for the White Sox, regardless of how good they are. And then that's what it is. What it is. Now, speaking of baseball, man, the Chicago Cubs, bro. Um, Everything that's focused on them is just around free agency, Steve O, and they got an opportunity to go ahead and get a pitcher from the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried. Now we know Max Fried is a solid pitcher. We know that I think he was on the World Series team for the Atlanta
Hmm.
Braves, and he's available. He's available. And listen, the Atlanta Braves are always good. Every year they're fighting to get to the playoffs and they're fighting to try to get a World Series again. But if the Cubs were able to go ahead and snatch somebody like Max Fried to show up their rotation with Justin Steele, Shota Imanaga, and the rest of these guys, Jameson Tyone, and so on and so forth, hey, adding the Max Fried to this situation is gonna be legit. Now he gonna want that bread. He's gonna want that bread. He gonna want about
And
168,
y'all should pay it.
170 million. Say that again.
And y'all should pay it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now he does have some injury issues. He missed some time in 2023 with a forearm, and then this season he only did have 14 starts. But at the end of the day, he was in this High Young conversation back in 2020. He's gone 54 and 25 with a 2.81 ERA. So and he got 624 strikeouts and 659 innings, bro. So I'm not mad at them
It's simple.
looking at somebody like that.
It's simple. Go get them. Go get them. You need to shore up if anything your weakness, you need to shore up that. You need to shore up that. Go get them. Pay them what you got to pay. Stop being this franchise that don't want to pay nobody because motherfuckers gonna get paid. This is a league that you got to pay to win, and you gonna lose. You're not gonna get. You should have learned from the last free agency with Soto and all and Tiny and everything. If you're not gonna pay, they're not gonna come. It's that simple. So going over, fork over that money. The injury concern, what pitcher is not like you a throwaway to me in baseball. You're a throwaway as a pitcher from having Tommy John surgery. It is what it is.
Yep. And as much as I want them to throw everything at Juan Soto, I don't think the Yankees are going to let Juan Soto leave.
Nah,
So that's just the reality of it. So
especially if they win.
even if they don't, because the only reason he's not the only reason, but he's a big reason why they're in the
He's a
World
big
Series right
reason.
now.
Yeah,
Mostly
big
and him.
reason.
John Carlos Stanton out there still doing his thing. Aaron Judge, of course. I don't know what my boy up there doing. That boy is singing
But
like a
Aaron always go a little bit quieter in the postseason compared to
Oh
everybody
yeah, the
else.
other day they definitely should have walked Juan Soto to bases loaded to see Aaron Judge. I would have never pitched to Juan Soto if I was
Nah, for real.
Cleveland. It is what it is. But yeah, man. So if you guys want to hear anything else about the Chicago Cubs, head on over to Chicago Cubs Central. I will be doing more episodes now that the channels are separated. We got the White Sox doing their thing. Steve O and Hayes will be jumping in more often for the Chicago White Sox. And I'm still out there on the lookout for some Chicago Cubs help, but I'll hold it down until then. Chicago Cubs Central, Chicago White Sox Central. All right, moving right along, Steve O. Just some quick Chicago Bulls news. It's rumored that Josh Giddey, the Bulls, did say that they wanted to talk extension with him. But we talked about this last week that they probably just getting a feel for what it is that he's looking for. But it seems like him and his camp are looking for a minimum of $30 million a year, according to NBA insider Jake Fisher. That's around the type of deal that Emmanuel quickly got. And you know, the 22-year-old dude, he's currently on a 4-year, $27 million contract. So he's trying to get paid. Now we know what he brings to the team. He played in 3 seasons for Oklahoma, 13 points a game, 6 assists, 7.5 rebounds, 47% from the field, 30% from three. If I'm the Bulls, I don't give him an extension until after the season. I got to see what he looked like.
Yeah. First, before I get into what they should do, I think a lot of people are like looking at the number is like 30 a year. Like me and Hayes try to tell people like with this new CBA and everything coming in, these new TV contracts, players are going to get paid no matter what. They're going to
Hmm.
get paid
They're
like
gonna get
they're
paid to
some of the
sit on the
best
bench.
players in the league. For real. And 30 million a year is not really shit no more,
Nope.
unfortunately. So like if he does get it, it's not the end of the world. Now, should we do it? I'm on the same boat with you. We shouldn't be getting him in. We shouldn't be signing him to nothing until we see what he's able to produce. We should see how that ankle holds up because we did see that he hurt his ankle in the Olympics. So we gotta see that hold up. I don't think his durability is a big thing, but his production and him coming along and him getting better as the season goes on, that's when you decide, okay, we see him increasing his jump shot. We see him slowing down on these turbos, not making mistakes. We see him gelling with this team, and we see it's still some more room for growth. That's when you make that decision to sign him. But until then, yeah, it's good to see what he's looking at now that you know what his camp talking about. All right, relay the message. Like, yeah, we ain't signing you right now. Prove it.
Yes, it. That's it. That's how I feel. And they've done that, you know, with Zach. They did it with Kobe. They did it with Patrick.
Yep.
I don't think
Io.
Patrick. I don't think Patrick proved it, but they did it with him. They did it with Io. Giddey, you ain't played a game of basketball for the Chicago Bulls yet. Preseason don't count. Training camp don't count. But Wednesday, Chicago Bulls kick off their season versus the New Orleans
And what a big
Pelicans
task.
on the road. And Zion looked focused. Brandon Ingram is trying to play his way off the team into another contract to go somewhere else. These guys are going to come in ready to play at
DeJounte.
home. Yeah, DeJounte Murray is going to be there. He got a chip on his shoulder. They keep passing him around, you know, so it is what it is.
This
I
is a
feel like,
very underrated team.
oh, yeah, they won 49 games last year. I think people just forgetting that. Like, and they were on the verge of, you know, winning in the play-in tournament
Yeah, if he didn't get
until
hurt, yeah,
Zion got hurt, you know, so and that was crazy. But at that, you know, it was crazy to
that
see.
was upsetting.
Right, because he had a game, bro. He was killing. He had 30-some
He was
points. And it,
feeling like we was like, this is it. This is the guy we thought we was gonna see in Duke. Yeah, so yeah, with them, and I think what makes them so underrated is Trey Jones, not Trey Jones. What's his name? Trey Murphy.
yeah,
That's his name. Trey
Troy
Murphy
Murphy.
and Herb Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
Herb Jones, them two dudes is they X factor because Trey is a shooter for real, and he can lock. He can play some solid defense for his position. And Herb, we already know if not, he's a top 5 on ball defender in the league already. And if he become a legitimate 3-and-D, that's gonna be a problem for this team. But well,
Yeah,
no, but it's gonna be a problem for other teams, I should say.
yeah, it is. So the Bulls got their work cut out for them to start the season. They play 2 road games, I believe, before they play at home. So you know, but we definitely gonna be excited to watch the game, to call the game as well. Speaking of calling the game, make sure you guys are following the Shy Bulls podcast. with Bobby and C Dub. We will be doing a live call Wednesday night as the Bulls kick off their season versus the New Orleans Pelicans. And of course, follow Chicago Bulls Central. Go ahead and head over there for your daily updates with your boy Hayes. You never know, you might see one of us up in there too. And of course, finally, Locked On Bulls with Hayes and the entire gang popping in and out throughout the week. All right, y'all. So moving on to the Chicago Blackhawks, Steve O. They actually have a better start to the season than I anticipated, bro.
So do.
They are now currently 2-3-1. They got 5 points. They had a nice big old fight over the weekend. 10 players got into it. Hockey, the only sport where that's just okay, bro. But I feel like that's racially motivated. I ain't gonna even front, bro. I feel like the only reason hockey players are able to fight like that is because it's the majority white people,
It's white.
man. That's it.
Just let a nigga come up in this mug
Oh
and
yeah.
start knocking niggas out.
Oh, they're gonna
It's gonna
change
be a
all the
problem.
rules. They're gonna change all the rules, bro.
They're gonna change all the rules.
Gonna be out there RKOing people, Joe.
Scissor, right, slashing people's throat because he want to kick somebody and shit.
Right, swinging skates around. It's crazy, bro. So, but again, the Blackhawks have had a much better start. Connor Bedard is the unquestioned leader of this team, and they got a game on Tuesday versus the Vancouver Canucks. So, if you guys want to know anything else about the Chicago Blackhawks, head on over to Chicago Blackhawks Central, man. They holding it down over there. They have a wealth of knowledge. I'm not gonna pretend like I know too much about hockey. I know enough but not enough to go that deep into it. I have been watching the games too, Steve O, and it's been fun, bro. And
Yeah,
I will stand by this. There's nothing like the final minute of
been in
a
hockey,
close hockey game. Nothing. There's
especially
nothing
when
like it.
they take the goalie out and they got
Yes.
6 motherfuckers like we get this goal, you ain't getting out.
It's just so
It be-
pressure packed, bro. It's so pressure packed. I've never been to a hockey game, so
That
I'm
was what I was
probably
just about to say. I think all of us need to go to a hockey game and experience it. They say it's lit. I
yeah,
need to
bro.
go.
I've never been. It's the one professional Chicago sports team, with the exception of Chicago Fire, that I've never
I
gone to
ain't
see
going that
live.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would go see when they have like the super famous people that they come over here and finish their
Yeah.
career out. I go see something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
like when Metsy ass came over
Yeah.
here, and we couldn't go downtown for half a day.
Or when Beckham came and he was on the LA Galaxy
Oh
for a
my
little while.
god.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I go check out a soccer game for that. And the World Cup is going to be in the United States too. A few of those games going to be in the United States.
Where?
So at the I saw them talking about it yesterday during the New England game. It's going to be in Gillette Stadium. They got
Mm.
six World Cup games over there. I'm not sure about where else, but I know it's going to be in Gillette Stadium. And then
New England?
real quick, we got your Oregon Ducks. Your Oregon Ducks versus the Fighting Illini. And the Fighting Illini, them Indiana, Army, Navy, it's a couple of surprise football teams this season, bro. Indiana's undefeated at
No,
7
for
and
real.
0. The Fighting Illini 6-1, likely to be 6-2 after Saturday as they face the number one ranked Oregon Ducks in Oregon Saturday afternoon. And I think I've been hearing
Eugene?
rumblings. It's in Eugene, my bad. But
Yeah.
I think that I've been hearing rumblings of you and C Dub doing a live call right here on
Oh
Chi-Town
yeah.
Sports Central
Oh
Saturday
yeah.
afternoon, baby.
We bringing that full effect. Now I ain't gonna lie, I might look like the traitor, but like I said, I'm loyal to everything Chicago, but they colleges. I'm just not a fan of them. I'm sorry. I'm not from Evanston and I'm not from Champaign. Fuck them.
Evanston is
I just
Chicago.
no, it
That's
ain't.
yes,
It's
it
an
is.
hour away.
It's right on
45
Lakeshore
minutes if you
Drive.
speeding. I'm about to say 45 minutes if you speeding. But I mean, I will say, like, but that's the thing. Like, I did tell Dub, like, if I was to pick a Illinois team, it would be Northwestern. My grandma still cooked there, so like she been there for 50 years. So, and I've been to three Northwestern games,
Yeah.
so I got more of a connection to them. But yeah, Illinois, we gonna be live. I'm calling. We're gonna be live on this channel, so make sure y'all tune in. But it ain't gonna be a good day. It ain't gonna be a good day. They coming into Eugene. We number one in the country. Yeah, hey, y'all think y'all about to have duck soup, but these ducks finna run y'all fighting ass out of goddamn Eugene.
I don't know, man. Illinois might got surprised for Oregon, but I do understand. Right now, Oregon is definitely the favorite. The over under is It's 54.5. So it's going to be a good game. Illinois' defense is going to have to step up. They're gonna have to step up. But
Not for real.
if you bet Illinois is plus 100 right now, plus 1100 right now. So go ahead and put that 100 down and get you
God.
some bands.
Hey man, I know this ain't got nothing to do with Chicago, but Alabama is 15. That is just it makes my heart warm.
Yeah, and they shouldn't even be that. And they was that close to losing to South Carolina too. Like it was crazy. It was
No, for
like
real.
this
I was
close.
hoping it because I was really hoping they lose to South Carolina versus Tennessee because South Carolina, they lost to South Carolina. There was no way they was making it to the playoffs.
They still not making it to the playoffs. It's over with for
I
Alabama.
don't know because I think because they lost to Tennessee and they were so high. I could find a way finagling some shit because if you look at their schedule,
Man, they
they
lost
play
to
Missouri.
unranked Vanderbilt, and then they
Because
lost
I'm
to
saying
Tennessee, and they barely beat
they did,
South
but
Carolina. It's over with.
yeah, but if you beat 21 minute Missouri bad and you beat LSU bad, that could push you up.
Now I will say the committee always try to figure out a way to get Alabama in the playoffs, and now that it's expanded,
That's my
yeah,
point. So
it
I'm
could.
saying that's how it works in college. So with damn, so they got so many ways because you know Auburn is their last game every year. So if the next 2 weeks is ranked 21 versus 9 versus Missouri and LSU, if they beat them by a significant amount, let's say the score is 13-7 for Missouri and it's like 35-15 on LSU, that's gonna give them that bump because that's kind of how the rankings work. They kind of go by points too and how you
Okay,
beat somebody.
okay, yeah. Well, we gonna see. So if you guys want to hear anything else about fighting the line, I don't think we got a channel for them yet, but you can search them out on YouTube, and then right here Saturday you will see C Dub and Bobby live, and you know how C Dub is. He's the ultimate homer, so he's gonna be riding with Illinois
He
through
gonna
and
be
through.
depressed as hell.
No, he not. I ain't never seen Dub depressed at all. All right, so moving on to our last topic, the Chicago Bears are taking on the Washington Commanders, Steve O. And before we talk about that, just a quick note: Chris Williams was fined for a drop tackle that he gave. He sacked.
How much?
Uh, it was like 4,000, something like that. Let me
Okay,
pull it
ain't
up.
that okay? That's reasonable.
I mean, but for him, it hurt because he's not making that much bread. It was
Yeah.
$5,472 for his.
Ooh,
He sacked what's his name, Trevor Sunshine
that's
Lawrence
probably
in the
half his
fourth
game
quarter.
check.
You feel me, bro? So he was that's a lot of bread for him to have to fork over. But I do like the fact that the NFL, they're not forcing the referees to call it, throw a flag on it,
Yeah,
Steve O, because it's just something that they take care of after the
it'll
fact.
mess up the momentum.
Yeah, because we've seen a few drop tackles, and we talked about it during our lives. Like, hey, that was a drop tackle. Why they ain't say nothing? Well, apparently they taking care of it after the fact. Because at the end of the day, these guys are going to have to relearn how to tackle, really, because every tackle is damn near a drop tackle.
I'm about to say at this point, like I feel like they need to do a boot camp. Like the tackling once how is they being taught to tackle is not how you tackle no more. So yeah, like yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said before we started, I'm glad they're just doing the behind scenes. We seen it. We're showing that they're monitoring it, and then they're not trying to mess up the flow of the game. So that's the most important thing.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man, the Chicago Bears are taking on the Washington Commanders uh, Sunday, October 27th. We were gonna do a meet and greet watch party, but that fell through as they changed the schedule. It was flexed, and now CBS might be scrambling like, oh my God, we flexed this game, and we might not even get to see Jayden Daniels. My man got hit in the ribs yesterday and did not come back into the game. And Washington Commanders, I think they won yesterday without him. Let me see.
One, they
Oh, they
beat their
killed them.
ass. It was 40 to
40 to
7.
7. 40 to 7. But hey, they kept it going. Marcus Mariota came
Marcus
in.
Mariota is back. Fucking
Yeah.
fake.
He came in. Brian Robinson Jr. had a solid game as well. So did McLaurin. So when you look at it, the Bears still got their work cut out for them. It's not like the Washington Commanders are going to just roll over whether Jayden Daniels is out there or not. But now the narrative is going to have to shift a little bit because it was really just the hype building around the number one pick versus the number two pick in this past draft. and Caleb Williams versus Jayden Daniels. We might not even get to see that. How do you feel like this is going to affect the game, Steve-O?
I ain't trying to hear that. You better put some icy hot on them shits. Get into a cold tub for the rest of the week. You playing, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Like if your ribs are not cracked, you need to play. That is what it is. Like I've seen this mug take. I've seen the hit. I've seen him take way more harder hits than that. So I don't know if you just got to put some more extra padding around your ribs or something. But you goddamn it, you need to play. You need to
I
play. So
I
like that.
agree.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I agree. He does need to play, unless it's a very serious injury. Like if it's a serious
Yeah.
injury, protect yourself. But this game right here, it has playoff implications. That's first and foremost. With Washington being 5-2, Chicago Bears being 4-2, what's at stake right now at least is wild card. The Chicago Bears are I think seventh right now. So if the playoffs started today, I hate that. But if the playoffs started today, they'll both be in the playoffs. The Bears need to beat Washington. That's just the reality of it. And
Yep.
Washington need to beat the Bears because if it come down to a tiebreaker at the end of the season, that's what's going to come down to. Your NFC record comes, after your division record, your NFC, your record versus the NFC
NFC
conference.
teams. Yeah.
Yeah, it matters. So Chicago Bears got their work cut out for them, but I want to see this number one versus number two matchup. Y'all already know how I felt. I wanted the Bears to draft Jayden Daniels. I'm not saying that he's that much better than Caleb Williams. I just felt like he was more NFL ready coming into the draft, and he's shown it so far throughout this season. Even though Caleb Williams has gotten better with each game, so I'm more in the Caleb camp now than I was before the draft. And I'm excited for this game. We had a week off. I hate when the Bears don't play because you're sitting around all
Yes, I
day.
hate it.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's like, what I'm gonna do today, man?
And I'm
That's
like,
how
I
I rock
don't got
with
nothing to
the other game.
do. I was just in bed watching I was watching the London game. Like, damn, I really ain't got nothing to get ready for.
Yeah, bed cooked some oxtail stew, held it down for the
Yeah, I went to
family.
some
But
nasty ass B Dubs yesterday. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, B Dubs, y'all need to close that shit down. I'm not gonna lie, y'all giving out buttermilk ranch and shit now. It's done.
So we did have a nice conversation about ranch versus blue cheese. If y'all missed it last night, it was crazy. But yeah, man. So the Bears, listen, we'll get more in depth analysis throughout the week
This
over on
weekend.
Chicago Bears Central with Hayes and Bobby and C Dub. The new intro is fire for that channel. So if you ain't following Chicago Bears Central, make sure you go ahead and do that. And of course, Steve and myself are there every single Sunday for the live calls with the best live caller in the game with C Dub. And of course, hey, it's about to be lit, man. It's about to be lit. So go ahead and follow that. And then, of course, NBA Central, if you want to keep up with the entire NBA, we got that channel as well. But over here on Chi-Town Sports, Steve and I are holding it down for you daily. And we got a new member joining us soon. We'll unveil that later in the week as well. So if you guys ain't following all the channels, man, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Chicago Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, Cubs, and Sky Central, NBA Central, and then, of course, Chi-Town Sports Central right here, and the Shot Bulls podcast with Bobby and Steve and C Dub, man. Steve-O, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
They said I just got news from Sham. They said that man, what's his name? Um Middleton out for the season started again. Ankle.
Mm. Who,
Retired.
Middleton?
Yeah,
He bogus.
retire. Just a simple retire.
Him, and
Clay.
Kawhi. Him and Kawhi.
Kawhi. That's what I
Yeah,
meant. Not Clay. Kawhi.
Kawhi got to get up out of there. All right, man. So we're gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Appreciate y'all for watching these entire episodes, man. 30 minutes be crazy, but if you touching on all Chicago teams, that's what it's gonna be like, man. But we appreciate all the love and support. We're gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.